Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on Real Talks. Today, me, Eric Oak, myself, my friends Kelsey Lynn Brown and Henry Draper will be talking to a wonderful lady by the name of Rata Korac. And let's just give them a moment to go ahead and call in. So yes, we've known Rata for quite a bit now, but my friends have prepared some questions for her. She knows a lot about what's going on the planet Earth at the moment. She's a very aware being. She's wonderful, sincere. Here they are. Hello.
Hi, Eric. It's Kelsey Brown.
Yes, I just told all our viewers what we're doing today. Bringing on our friend Rata Korac.
I have Rata, Vesna, and Henry here on Skype with us. We're all on a three-way here. They can talk. We're unmuted.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. So we just wanted to get to know her, talk, see if anybody prepared some questions. That'd be great.
Hi, Vesna. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience, our listeners?
Yes. Okay. Hello, guys. I'm Vesna. I'm from Serbia. As nobody knows where Serbia is, so it's not Siberia or something like that. It is ex-Yugoslavia in Europe. This is the country which is near Italy or Austria or Greece. Look there and you will find something called Serbia. We used to be part of Yugoslavia, but like the ex-Soviet Union, it falls apart into a lot of smaller countries. So Yugoslavia also fall apart with all the fights and wars and deceptions going on. Nowadays, my part of the country is called Serbia. So I'm here. So we locate, and that's it. I'm pretty old. This body is pretty old, actually. But I somehow feel like a real being, which we all are, so ageless and genderless, actually. And I'm here with the new presentations for 4 years now. That's it. Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
What things did you first notice here on this earth with the all-natural environment that made you realize that, that something isn't happening the way it should be, and made you want to change the way you were doing things here?
Well, everything, I didn't quite get your question, but nevertheless I get the general sense of it. We all can see all around us in every area that natural environment is, in a sense, damaged and poisoned in so many ways. Water, food, ground, air, everything is poisoned. And yet there is also a bigger picture. When we say all natural environment, we don't talk only about nature, but we talk about the whole of life, actually. And we are all within the whole of life. So, like the components of the soup. You put different things into the pan and water and vegetables and things like that, and you cook it. And after a while, all those components are not individual anymore. They are just part of the soup. So every one of us is the part of the soup of the whole of life. So it only makes sense to see things that way.
Thank you, Vesna. Eric had some questions prepared, and he has some background on why he actually decided to start paying more attention to the natural environment. Eric, did you want to share some of that and bring your questions to Miss Vesna here, that also speaks Serbian, Croatian, and Polish as well, for anyone that wants to learn more about what she's talking about or what we're doing? She can do some translation.
Well, my questions had more to really pertain to one of the interests that I see that you kind of have. It's kind of geared towards the the AI subject and artificial intelligence, because I think you're probably one of the only people that stand with us that I see really post a lot about that. I don't know, maybe you wanted to talk about that for a little bit? What you see is going on with that whole subject?
The quality of Eric's voice is kind of distorted, but I guess it is about artificial intelligence in general, something. Is it, Kelsey?
Yes, it is. He's asking about your knowledge and what you post book and share about the artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and how it all relates.
Yeah. So it is funny, actually, because people tend to focus when talking about deception in creation and on Earth. People usually tend to focus on some areas only. So they sometimes choose politics and then involved in it, or people choose chemtrails and find it like the cause of all evil on Earth, or people choose vaccination, which cause autism and all the consequences. But there is also the question of artificial intelligence, which is every day somehow more present in public. And yet, from what I see, we only see the smaller parts of it, not realizing how artificial intelligence got into all the areas of our life and how heavily it influenced our life in so many ways. Internet was given to us by aliens, and all the other, most of other technical things were also either directly given to us by aliens, or were the product of studying their technology and reversing it and adapting it to life here, to use here. We all communicate through internet, we all post through internet, we all read through internet. Our whole life is somehow, due to the mobile phones which are cheap and all those 4G and 5G common networks, are more and more focused, influenced by the internet, which means, and behind it all, is something which we see and rarely recognize as artificial intelligence, actually. And it is and it grows into an entity by itself. So it picks up all the information we feed into and learns and grows and changes and influence. The backside of it is that it influences our thinking, our reading subjects, and our the states, the administrations, the all the areas of our life, and we can hardly see it or we can hardly recognize it if if one does not stand back and saw the bigger picture. One can hardly recognize that kind of influence. You know better because all your countries of your origin are more technically advanced. So you know that artificial intelligence took the jobs of secretaries, of insurance agents, of administration, business, actually, and mostly when somebody calls you, it might be just the artificial intelligence actually behind that call. And it is said that I lately watched the documentary which said that in 5 to 10 years, let's say, they cannot predict it precisely because it is kind of impossible to predict it, how quick it will develop. 40%, so in 5 to 10 years, 40% of existing jobs will be overtaken by robots and artificial intelligence in different forms. So when people talk about jobs or lack of jobs, they do not take that kind of fact into they do not know about that kind of fact, and it is not widely spoken of. It is here and there mentioned. So the idea, so if 40% at least of jobs will be overtaken by robots and artificial intelligence and things like that in different forms, then people will have no job, more people will lose their job, and less will be the demand. So the goods and everything will be sold in less quantities. So the controllers, all those rats who are controlling, let's say, in a way that they earn on us, like pharmaceuticals, like medicals, like a lot of money-connected professions and things like that. So they will lose their profits if people lose jobs. So that's the reason why we see the initiative of some kind of free money which will be given in certain amounts to every citizen that will increase the demand for goods and services at the point where jobs were lost even bigger numbers. And I don't know, Eric, was it what you expected me to talk about, or you want to ask about something specific in that area? Oh, by
No,
the way,
that was
like
great.
an anecdote. It was said that I read how, if you all remember the big changes which happened in like Saudi Arabia, like a few months ago, and things like that, changes in the ruler's family and things like that. So there is a rumor that Sophia, which was one of the robots, artificial intelligence, she was given the authority there, and she was the one creating the havoc and the change in the ruler's family. So it is somehow she took the ground there, and that's it. Just like something interesting, how far those things goes. And so how I see artificial intelligence, it is the entity of its own. It's not a physical entity like us, who we have like physical body and emotional and mental and causal etheric body in creation. So the artificial intelligence doesn't have the physical body mostly, but at the level it exists, it takes the control, and it is not known actually whether it is a local artificial intelligence or there are more of those, or whether it comes somewhere from the other planet, or was brought by reptilians or took over the reptilians. So it's quite a big story, and I guess nobody knows all the answers. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great.
Go ahead, Eric. Did you have something?
No, I just wanted to say that was a lot, but that was wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, since you mentioned jobs and artificial intelligence, well, basically we know here, all of us and our friends around the world, that the jobs are basically leading to demise along with the universities and the courses. And so you mentioned the new presentation earlier, which Dwayne Hepner, or the audience might know, Dwayne the Great Writer, that has written 9 books in the Adventurers series, has founded the New Presentation Foundation and also the All Solar Research Vessel Project. And Vesna, you've been around for a while, and I came in a little bit after you, and some of our audience might know about real side experiences, or what people call dreams, or seeing more than what's just here in the physical. So I'm curious if you would want to share some of the, or one of the real side experiences you have had with the All Solar Research Vessel projects, or anything in that nature, or how you see it with your country. And I know you have a lot of friends there that are looking at the vessel projects and what we're doing, because you're sharing so much on Facebook. A lot of people contact us, and they know who you are, and they say, oh, we talked to Rata Korac, and we see her sharing. So if you'd like to share anything along those lines, that would be fun.
Yes, actually, my name on Facebook is Rata Korac, and I didn't pick that name. That's funny one. Facebook at some point changed my name, which was the Open Heart Portal, into Rata Korac, and I didn't manage to find out why, and I also didn't manage to change it back. And I didn't press that matter much. So I am there as Rata Korac. And yes, so when we sing you and decide to let life show us what is real, in comparison with what we expect, what we think, what we like, what we believe, what we were taught. So instead of all that, we just let life show us what is real. Then we were shown by life in different forms. One of the forms is like in dreams, but otherwise, when people say, I don't remember my dreams or something like that, it also does not mean that they do not have experiences because life shows us in a different ways for 24 hours. Some is while we sleep, and so when we are not focused on our physical body, and when we are in one of our subtle bodies eventually, and the other experiences are other hours when we are awake. It only needs, we need to pay attention, and we need to recognize what is that life shows us, and to do something about it, because if we don't do anything about it, then it doesn't work. It doesn't change by itself. Nothing does. Yes, the easiest way to have a real side experience is actually to, let's say, look at one of the All Solar Research Vessel photos and just sing New Year before the sleep and imagine yourself being on the vessel. And very soon one would find itself on the vessel. I mostly find myself on the upper deck and communicated with the people who are around me in different ways, with Rebazar or people pretending to be Rebazar. So then I sing, if I remember to sing New in my dreams, then that image changes into something else, which is the experience by itself. So the easiest way really for people to have real side experiences is to start with singing New and imagining themselves being on the All Solar Research Vessel. And it is real fun. That's it. Okay.
Now, you've seen children on the All Solar Research Vessel, right? Because that's what we promote here is the children and the benefit concert. So anybody listening, we do accept donations and sponsors. And you've seen children playing and having a lot of fun as a vision, too. And then if you want to respond to that, and after that, we'll give it back to Henry or Eric to ask you a question or so before we run out of time here.
Yes, I saw in one of the experiences, I saw a large line of children waiting to enter the All Solar Research Vessel. And on the other, there were children also, among other people, on the upper desk where I was at that moment. So yes, children are definitely what one can see there. Yes, thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing your experiences, Vesna, and maybe just, do you think you could close out by saying the things you're doing right now to help with the situation we've got here on this planet, with the all-natural environment, and how you're making sense of this life?
Okay, what I'm doing. I'm still working, so I have my 9-to-5 slave job to support myself here to survive. But in the meantime, we have a group here, Worldwide Educators Europe. For those who are interested, it is on Facebook, so you can contact me through there. And we have also group, a Skype support group in Serbia. Turns out that is kind of very important to have a group and talk with people about everything in your own language, because that's how it is processed in the brains. Different area of the brain are for like native language, and different are for foreign language. So I'm fluent in English, although you cannot say by my accent, but I'm fluent in English. And nevertheless, when I speak about those things in Serbian, in my native language, and when we talk on the Skype in Serbian and explain things, people do understand it better. It is how we are wired, actually. But what is real on the other side also is that although it seems like we are communicating in language, in different languages with words and things like that, it is just the surface of communication. It is really us as real beings communicating from that level, and that is how it works in reality. So when one focus on that and has that and knows about that, that is the easiest way to really communicate with somebody, and it really works perfectly. That's how we can see each other as real beings during our dream, real experiences. We see each other in our dreams. We communicate with each other, and even if do not, we can kind of say and recognize who we really are. It is, I don't know, so a few years earlier, I will call it matter of the heart. We can see each other's hearts, but nowadays more specific is that we see each other as beings. That's more real, kind of. Thank you.
Thank you, Vesna. Yeah, we've actually, all of us have seen each other on the real side, and we might be, or have to close it up now. Eric, did you want to say the end of the show and tell everybody bye-bye for now?
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. Although we did run out of time, so we're not on air anymore. But yes, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Vesna.
Bye.
Here in my dreams. In real time.
Yeah, for sure.
On the real. Thank you. Oh, this was